The Fox 36 and 38 are two of the most popular enduro forks on the market right now. Most of them ship with a quick release style axle, but some riders prefer to switch out the quick release style axle with Fox's Kabolt through axle, which is their bolt-on offering. This Kabolt through axle offers a slimmer profile and a slightly lighter weight, but otherwise it performs exactly the same as the QR axle. Today, we'll be explaining how to install this Kabolt through axle because there's a few different steps when compared to the QR axle. Let's get into it. First, let's look at the different parts of the two systems. The QR system has this centering sleeve, which sits inside the pinch bolt system. The Kabolt axle doesn't need this because the centering sleeve is actually built into the axle. They also have different style of washers in the pinch bolt assemblies. This is because the washer in the QR style has to hold the centering sleeve in place, while the washer for the Kabolt axle doesn't need to do that because it's already attached to the axle and it won't be moving anywhere. Before we can get to installing the Kabolt, we have to take out the old QR system. Just undo the quick release, slide your axle out, drop the wheel. Next up, we have to take out the pinch bolt as well as the washers. So just go ahead and undo that pinch bolt. You'll need a 6mm Allen key and just take that bolt all the way out and make sure to catch the washer as well as the nut that's on the back of the bolt because you'll need these later. And there you are, you're fully uninstalled with your old quick release style through axle and we're ready for the Kabolt. All right, now that we've got our QR through axle fully uninstalled, we're ready to start installing the Kabolt. And the first step of that is installing our pinch bolt as well as our new washer. So let's go ahead and do that. This will slide right in here. We'll put our nut on the back, make sure we have the flat part of the nut against the fork. Hold that washer in place while we get the bolt in there. Perfect. Just screw it in with that 6mm Allen key, but make sure to leave it loose. We're not trying to actually tighten it down right now. And our next step is installing the axle as well as the wheels. Make sure you do give it a nice layer of grease so it doesn't seize up in there. Tighten your Kabolt through axle to the torque specifications etched on the side of the axle. For us, that's 9 Nm. There we are, and we're all set there. Once you've got your axle torqued to spec, get your bike out of the stand and just cycle your fork through its suspension a little bit, and this allows the fork to settle on the floating axle. And the idea with the floating axle is that the fork lowers remain perfectly parallel rather than slightly pinched by the axle, which creates a little bit of binding with the stanchions. Then we're gonna go ahead and tighten our pinch bolt to 5.1 Nm. And just like that, we're all done installing the Fox Kabolt through axle, and now we're ready to go hit the trails. And just one thing to note is that anytime you remove and then reinstall your Kabolt through axle, you do have to cycle your fork before torquing down the pinch bolts, otherwise it won't be centered on your floating axle. If this helped you out, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're looking for more mountain biking tech tips, hit that subscribe button. We'll be doing a bunch more videos like this in the future, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys.